Welcome to the Books and Martinis podcast.
I'm Priya.
And I'm Mercy.
And this is your go-to book podcast,
where we lift, empower, and spotlight authors.
Grab your martini and follow along.
And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe.
Hey, book lovers. This episode of Books and Martinis is brought to you by our wonderful sponsors. BlueBox Media, you dream it, we produce it. And Travel with Samantha Cividanes, specializing in luxury cruises. Ooh. Their support keeps the stories, authors, and conversations flowing. Don't forget to visit them and support the brands that support this podcast. Now the martinis are poured, let's get into the episode. What's up, everyone? Welcome to our podcast. I'm Priya.
And I'm Mercy. Welcome, everybody, and a very special welcome to Analeigh Sbrana. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cheers.
Cheers.
You're having coffee.
Salute. You know the drill. You got to take a sip for good luck.
Yes, you have to put it down otherwise.
Exactly. Well, you guys, on the screen and in your ears is Analeigh Sbrana. She is the author of Lore of the Wilds, y'all. We have Analeigh on. And we're so excited for today. You're also our last interview for today. So even bigger bonus for us. We're ending on a high. We love you. And we're so honored to have been gifted a copy of Heir of Prophecy, your new book coming out August 26th that we're going to be talking about. And it was amazing. Dark academia is where it's at. It was amazing.
Thank you so much.
And the cover art is beautiful. So those of you that cannot see it, I'm sorry. It's really pretty.
Oh yes, look it up because it is stunning.
It is beautiful. Yes,
yes. So before we even kick it off and punt the first question to you, let's tell our listeners a little bit about who Analeigh is. So Analeigh is the Sunday Times bestselling author of Lore of the Wilds, known for weaving lyrical prose with thrilling plot twists and captivating main characters. Her novels explore complex themes of betrayal, justice, and the nuance of love. Through her storytelling, Analeigh's primary aim is to evoke a full range of emotion while empowering historically marginalized readers, ensuring they feel seen and represented in rich, unforgettable narratives. She currently lives in California with her family and pets. Welcome, Analeigh.
Welcome.
Thank you. Every time I hear my bio, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so long.
No, not at all. It's actually short compared to some folks.
Really? Thank you for saying that.
Yes.
Like, we don't need to list all the awards, just the big one.
Yes. So tell us about you. Tell us. Can't wait to hear about it.
Oh, okay. About me? So
yes.
Wow.
All about you.
Outside of this amazing bio that you have.
Thank you. I know, I'm like, wasn't it long enough? No, I'm just kidding. So I am an author. I'm also a huge reader as well. I actually used to be a bookstagrammer, which means I had an Instagram that was just about books, very nerdy. And so it's really one of my passions, honestly. And I'm also a photographer. I used to have a business, actually a portrait business. I don't do that anymore. Writing takes up all of my creativity. And I have 2 guinea pigs, Maple and Dapple. They're very, very cute.
I love those names.
My little girls, I love them. And what else? I don't know. I think that's it. That's all I can think of right now.
Okay.
Well, what's your favorite martini? I got one for you. What's your favorite martini? Do you like martinis?
I've never had a martini.
No.
I know. And I talk to my husband about this all the time because every time you watch a show, like a fancy show, they're always like, I want a martini, extra dirty or whatever. Which I actually Googled because like, what does that even mean? I've heard it means more olives or something.
Olive juice.
I do. Olive juice. Okay. So I do love olives. But I've never ordered one. I don't know what I need to.
You need to.
You got to try it once. And my favorite's with gin. So you could do gin or vodka. I love my gin.
Me too.
Okay, I'm new to loving gin. It's new for me. And I have to have it in like a cocktail.
Yes.
Yes.
But
None of the hard stuff. None of the
yeah, I
Tanqueray.
can't just like I'm not no, I can't just do like straight gin in a glass or something. Like
Mm.
I'm not that cool. I can't do it.
I
Well,
love that.
you must report back when you try it.
I will. I
Mhm.
will. I'll send a picture and be like, I finally
Yes.
got one.
Yes. 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 So tell us about the original book, Your Lore of the Wild. So people can kind of go back. We'll start from
Yes.
the beginning and then we'll work our way
Which, by the way,
when
I
you are
listened
back.
to a while ago. And
Oh,
I
thank
don't,
you.
you probably, of course, don't remember. I came up to your booth at I was about to say Comic Con, at BookCon.
Oh,
Yeah. And I actually have a picture with you. I'll post it later.
oh,
But
yay.
yeah, yeah. And I was like, oh, I love your book, Lord of the Wilds. And you're like, oh, I have a new book coming out, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I'm on hardcore pushing my new book. It's
Yeah.
Good.
it's actually really funny. Somebody posted something about all the authors they had met at an event. I can't remember which event it was. I think it was Imaginarium actually.
Mhm.
And they were like, this author, and they're like, she was so funny, and this author, just such a light, and this author, pre-order her new book, Heir of
Oh,
Prophecy. And I was like, I love that that's my personality was me
good.
just
You had
Like,
one
can we
job.
move on, please?
I know
I
it
know
was.
you love my other book. Thank you. Now let's
Yes.
move
No, it was
on.
funny. No, I Lore of the Wilds is my first love. It was a labor of love. It took me 3 years to write, actually.
Wow.
And it's about a human woman who has to search an enchanted and cursed library. She's the only being who can enter the library. It hasn't been entered in 1,000 years. So it's kind of dusty and all the books are on the floor and she has to organize the entire thing. And she makes a deal with this dark Fae Lord to go in and search the library. And he thinks she's doing it just for like the coin, and she kind of made a deal to get some good things for her village. But she's really there to search for power of her own. So it's
Mhm.
about a human woman who becomes the first ever witch.
Ooh, yes, yes, yes. And you know what drew me, other than the story, what drew me to that book was also the cover. So
Yes.
kudos to your cover artist. Like it was just
It's
a
actually
beautiful cover.
so fun. So my cover for Lord of the Wilds, I'm like so proud of because I actually found the cover artist on Instagram.
Oh,
I liked his art and I DM'd him and was like, "Hey, do you ever do book covers? Like, are you interested? What's your budget?" He said, "I've never done a book cover before, but I'm willing to try." I was like, "Okay." And his budget was exactly what I had left in my savings. It was perfect, which I had a lot of that money for my publishing journey.
yeah.
And we were talking about what I wanted. I told him I wanted, the three main characters on the cover. It was really important to me to have like my beautiful melanated characters on the cover because it was something that I longed to see. And I know there's so many readers out there who wanted to see it as well, especially with it being
Hmm.
fantasy. And so when we were talking about what we wanted, he said, "Can I read your book?" And
Mm.
I was like, well, it's with my editor right now. So if you don't mind a million commas, then yeah, sure, you can read it. And he did, he read it. And I think that's why my cover is so impactful because it was his idea to put the moon in the center and just like some of his ideas from being an artist and having read the book, it just feel like it's not something that a lot of authors get where the cover artist read the book.
Hmm.
So it was genuinely just it was so fun. It was so fabulous and I attribute 100% my cover for like my career. Like that cover
Oh,
going viral and just all the love that it got. It really just
there
like
was a lot of love in it
Yeah,
yeah.
and I
on
feel
the
like it
cover.
really broke the mold because after we saw your cover, similar covers popped up
Yeah,
with that
yeah.
type of magical nuance for
Right? I think
melanated
so, because
characters. Yeah.
it's an adult novel, and at the time it was really only YA novels who that were getting character art on the cover.
Hmm.
Like 99% of adult fantasy novels were like a sword and a crown, you know what I mean?
And
And
they
like
still are.
amazing
And
and
they
like
still
beautiful
are.
typeface, but like
Yeah.
but I was like, I don't care. I am a black author. I'm writing black characters. I want someone to walk by in the bookstore and do a double take and say, "Oh my
Hmm.
gosh, they look like me." That's what I wanted. And so I did, my adult novels have character art, and I'm starting to see that now in other adult novels, and I'm like, ah, yeah, I love it. I think it's great.
I love that. Oh,
And
I love that.
so when you started your journey, did you start as an indie author or did you start
Yeah,
as a
I
trad
did.
published?
Well, it's so I wanted to originally go trad. That was always my goal. So I wrote Lore of the Wilds and I queried it for a year and a half actually. I got a lot of bites, a lot of partial manuscript requests, a lot of full manuscript requests. Um, I'm sure most people know, but for those who don't, querying is when you're looking for an agent because your agent is the one who sells your books to publishers. So I was trying to find an agent for a year and a half and it just never worked out. But like I said, I was a bookstagrammer, so I had a relatively big following, and I talked about my journey the entire time. Like with the first time I ever sent a query, I posted, sent my first query. I posted, got my first rejection, um, which there was a lot of. So I really just talked about my entire journey, even whenever I was writing the book. And I eventually just started getting messages from friends and other people on Instagram who were just saying, like, we're ready for your book. We want your book. You've been teasing us about this book for a year. Like,
Mm.
we're just ready to read it. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go indie. I had a lot of friends who were indie published. Not a lot of friends, actually, a lot of authors I admired who were indie published, because I was mostly in the reader space at the time. And so I decided to indie publish. I withdrew my queries. I had like four full manuscripts out actually with agents at the time. I withdrew them all. And I was just kind of like, well, you're too late. You took too long. You've had it for 6 months. Um, and and I decided to self-publish. So that was where why I found my cover designer and I hired an editor and did all that. And my cover reveal ended up going viral because it's so beautiful. If you haven't seen it, please
Mhm.
look up my
Well,
cover for
that's the
Lord of the
reason why
Wild.
I even grabbed it. Like,
Really? I love that.
yeah,
So yes, it's work. It
yeah.
worked. So so
Yeah, I
I
saw it
like
on audio and I was just like, "Oh, I gotta check this out." Yeah.
I love that. And my narrator did such a fabulous job.
Really
Marcella
good.
Cox, she
So
just
good.
did amazing.
Hmm.
But so my cover reveal went viral on Instagram and TikTok, and then I ended up getting an email from an agent
Mm.
who basically was like, "Hey, I saw your cover. It's beautiful. Are you looking for, and I saw your book's not out yet. Are you looking for representation?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is the cruelest spam email ever." Because everyone knows that agents don't find you, and
You
everyone
find
knows
them.
if an agent
Mhm.
finds you, it's a scam, and they're probably going to ask you for money. Um,
Well, you know what? On Threads recently, I've been reading a lot of like stories about agents now like
yeah,
checking
I
out
think
indie authors.
it's definitely changing, and I was unaware of that at the time. So I thought it was a spam email, but I ended up just being like, let me just go to the website and see if I can find their email on there, like see if it's real. And I ended up going to her website and I was like, oh my gosh, she reps Ali Hazelwood.
Hmm.
I was like, she's a real
This is
life agent.
legit.
This is legit. So she asked for my manuscript. I sent it to her, and I think I sent it to her on Friday. And on Saturday, I got an email, and the subject line was offer of representation. And I was like, I was actually in the movie theater. We had just seen a movie. I was waiting for my family. They were in the restrooms. I was in the hallway, and I just like went to my email on my phone and was like started screaming. I was like, oh my
Oh
gosh.
my
Did you
God.
cry? I feel like I would
Yeah,
have
I
cried.
cried. Yeah, I did. Yeah, no, I'm a crier anyway, but I did cry. And so we ended up 2 weeks later, we went to auction with Lore of the Wilds. And
Wow.
it got picked up by Harper Voyager, one of my dream publishers, and like the rest was history. So I never was able to actually publish indie, but I did attempt to.
Wow.
Wow, what a story, you know.
How long did that
And
book take you to write?
Yeah, so that took me 3 years. I have been writing since I was 5, but I
Oh.
mostly wrote a lot of short stories and fan fiction.
Hmm.
Um, so I had never completed a book. I had written at the time the beginning of countless books, and I'd gotten to the middle of a few of them, but I'd never written the end. I'd never managed to do it. And so Lore of the Wilds is actually the first book I ever completed, and it took me forever because I rewrote it twice, and it had so many changes and so many. It started out with a completely like different character in the same world, but then I switched it up as a whole thing. And so it did. It took me 3 years, which is crazy because book two, I think, took me 6 months to write. So
Wow.
I always say, like, I think I just had to know that I could do it. And that was my only block, was I didn't have faith in myself to actually write a book. And once I completed it, now I'm just, I'm working on my fourth book now. So
Yeah, wild and free now because you knew what it felt like. And
yeah,
you had so much
Absolutely.
excitement and so much of a push
yeah,
from the fan reaction from it and the reader's reaction from it. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's been
And
really
this
magical.
is a duology. So you have the second one already?
Yeah, so the second one I am finishing up now.
Okay.
Yep.
love it.
I am a slow writer. I'm a slow writer.
How
So,
does
Okay.
how does writing look for you? Do you have a set time, like from this time to this
Yeah. What
time,
does
or
a
do
day look
you?
like? Yeah. What does a day look
yeah,
like?
so I will say during the school year, because I do have a daughter, I take her to school every morning, and I come home and I make my coffee, make a breakfast, and come upstairs. I try to write between 9 and 3 every day.
Okay.
Because those are like every weekday, because those are the times I can really like focus and get it done. Um, and then the weekends, I'll usually only write if I'm on deadline. Usually I take them off, spend time with the family and everything. And the summer is very sporadic. I didn't write it all yesterday, even though I meant to. I ended up just like puttering around my house and, and stuff. I never actually sat down at my desk to write. And so the summer is definitely a lot harder for me to get any words down. I have been slowly slowly getting some down, but not nearly as much as the school year. It's actually really wild the difference. But I do try to stick to schedule because I do have ADHD. I do get completely sidetracked and or I'm hyper focusing where the
Mhm.
only thing I can do is write this story. I am not on this planet. I am not here. I am in my book, secondary world, far away. Um, and those days I will write all day. I'll write until, 10, 11 p.m. at night because
Wow.
yeah, sometimes those are like my 10,000 word days. Those are the best days because I'm in
Wow.
it, in it.
Dang, 10,000.
I'm one with my characters. I know everything that they're feeling, everything that they're going to say, everything they're going to do. Um, so those are the best times for sure.
How do
And
you
as
how
an
oh.
how do we speak at the same time? Go ahead, Priya.
How do you get readjusted? So if you're having fun and flirty summer, writing whenever, how do you get readjusted when you're going back into the school year and you have to like hunker down
Yeah,
and
I think I honestly I crave it. Because I do love writing. I genuinely love it. And so being able to have those set times where it's just me, I'm so lucky to be able to write full time. Like this is my full-time job. And so I genuinely love that time that I get. It's actually a struggle in the summer because, I want to write and my daughter's coming and saying, "Can we go to the pool today?" And
Sure.
I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's get you out of the house because you're always in the house, So it is definitely sometimes it's a struggle for sure. The balance.
And as an author, what advice would you give other authors that are just beginning? So you were a reader and a
Yes.
bookstagrammer, and now you
hmm
have somebody on Bookstagram that has read 1,000 books, and they said maybe I could write a book. So if they're going to start to write a book, what advice would you give somebody like that?
My favorite advice to give, because this is something that completely helped me and is the only reason I was able to ever finish Lore of the Wilds, is your first draft doesn't have to be good. Nobody is going to read it but you, unless you want to share it with your critique partner.
Hmm.
But your first draft can be absolutely boring. It can be awful. It can have every cliche in the world. You can say all one of those cliches like she she released a breath she didn't know she was holding. Like things that we may change in revisions, but you use
Hmm.
that every page if you want. Okay,
Right.
go ahead and use it. Like you just need to tell yourself the story. Tell the story and all that the prose that you read in the books that you love, though that's none of that, almost none of that is in the first draft. That all comes later when you're refining it. So just get the book done, learn that you can do it, and try to write as much as you can, even if you're writing on your phone in your notes app or something on your
Right.
couch. Like, just try to write as much as you can because writing really is a muscle and you have to work it out. It really makes a difference. If I take 2 weeks off and try to get back to writing, I'm happy if I get 200 words the first day. But if I'm writing every day, I consistently can get 5,000 words if I'm in it, you know?
If
So,
you're in it. And what does a day look like for Analeigh? So you make your coffee, the house is quiet, your daughter's at
yes.
school. Um, do you have a candle? Do you have music, a favorite
I do.
Are
chair,
I
you
love
stopping
coffee
every 20
maker?
candles.
minutes? Are you stopping every 20 minutes also? Like, are you doing like a method where it's like
So,
you're
yes,
just trudging
so
through?
so there's quite a bit because I am a little bit of a chaos gremlin. So ideally, yes, I pick my candle for the day. I light it. I've got my coffee. I actually remember to drink it before it goes cold. And I have to have music. But like I said, I do have ADHD, so I do tend to listen to the same song on repeat for like 2 days. Which it works for me. I know
It works.
other people that would drive them absolutely bonkers. But I don't always do that. I have like fantasy playlists that I've made. I have a dark academia playlist that I found on Spotify that is super awesome. I listen to it all the time. Um, I definitely have music playing, and I try to do like sprints because sprints really help me. So like I'll do 35 minutes where I'm just writing, 5 minutes I can pick up my phone, check my threads, and then go back to writing again, another 35 minutes. And then eventually when I'm doing these days, I will get to a point where I forget to even check after the 35 minutes because I'm still writing, I'm still in
You're
it.
in the zone.
hmm
I
You're
love
But
in the
it.
definitely
zone.
the timer, the setting the timer in the beginning is the best way to get into it for me.
Yeah,
So now that
definitely.
we're talking about the Dark Academia playlist, let's talk about your new book, Heir of Prophecy, guys, and Audra's story. So obviously we can't have any spoilers,
I know it's
right?
not out yet.
So why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about Heir of Prophecy?
Yeah.
Sure. So Heir of Prophecy is a it's my take on the chosen one trope. So I was sitting there one day and I'm thinking, you love the reluctant chosen one, you know what I mean? You love to see them go through their journey. They rejected at first and then, they finally accepted and they end up saving the world. But I was thinking like if you have a chosen one, what happens if they're the chosen one to two warring kingdoms? What happens if they have two paths they can take? And
Mhm.
one of them will save a kingdom and ruin the other, whichever path they take. And it sounded so fun to me, something to explore. You can explore autonomy. What in her life was her choice? What was fate? What did fate decide for her? And things like that. And so I just started thinking, who is this main character? Who's this chosen one? And I knew I wanted to have it at a school because I love academic books. And I feel like I never see them in a high fantasy setting. They're almost always like modern day. Even if they are secondary world, they're still like a modern day world. They've got cell phones and cars and
Mhm.
things. And I was like, no, 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 no. I want it to be high fantasy. And trust me when I say halfway through the book, I was like, do I hate myself? Maybe. Because it was the hardest thing. I mean, this book almost broke me. It was the hardest thing in the world. I did eventually have to let them have indoor plumbing because I was like, what are they going to do? Go out to an outhouse? Like, I can't do this. Like I was like, and then I started saying, okay, there's magic. Magic exists. So it's okay if they have plumbing.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, was it nuances like little things like that, like little details, or were you having was there a bigger issue like remembering all the big details of names,
So,
places? Because fantasy and sci-fi are like
And that goes
have
to
a
your
lot of
question always, if you're
yeah,
structured or if you're a pantser, right? You were just
yeah.
asking those questions,
yeah,
Pantser,
right? Yeah.
plotter. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, so I am remember when I told you I was a chaos gremlin? So
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
am a pantser. I also like to call it a discovery writer.
I like that.
Okay.
So I
I like that.
100% do not plot a thing. I did know my ending. I do always know my ending. I just don't know how I'm gonna get there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it changes a little bit. But but I definitely one thing that helps me is because I have such expansive worlds, I make a map for myself. And that is one way that I can help myself remember names and places and things. Especially really helps with world building because I have this line, I think, in Heir of Prophecy where they mention their expression resembled a death mask from
Yeah.
some country down south.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I just wrote that because I knew the country name and I'm like, "Oh, cool, they have death masks. Awesome." Like as I'm writing it. You know what I mean? But it's just something that like I think it really helps flesh out the world is if
Mm-hmm.
you know all these places, if you have places to pull from. Because in our reality, that's what we do. We have,
Right.
oh, this reminds me of this um, you know, I don't know. What I mean?
I know
It's something that
exactly what
we
you mean.
do.
Yes.
Yeah, something that we do
Yeah.
every day. So for your main character to think that, it just makes it real.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
but
And
otherwise, no, I forget
the
people's names all the time. I actually have a list here
of their
of
names.
of names. And now I have like a master list too for book two, which is cool. So it has like every name in book one. But as I'm writing, I will just put in brackets like Southern Queen because I forgot her name because she's only mentioned like three times in the book, maybe. You know what
Oh
I
my
mean? And
gosh.
Mm-hmm.
What
and
was
by
her
the end of
name?
it, I have to mention her again, but I've 100% forgot her name. And if I stop and go look for it, I'm out of
You
the
lose
flow.
your, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so brackets have absolutely saved my life because you can
that's
just do
smart.
Control F, find a bracket, and go in later and add them all back in.
Oh, that's great. That's a great idea for searching for the names too.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you said you have a lot of great lines in this book, and you could tell me whether or not I need to edit this out. Okay, there's one early in the book. It's not revealing anything.
All right,
I just
Priya.
thought it was chef's kiss. Like it was beautiful. Beginning of chapter 2, first line. Do you remember that line?
Oh yeah,
Pop quiz.
I
Okay.
do.
If Audra possessed enough courage to follow her dreams, she would have murdered. She would have been a murderer by now.
That
I
was
freaking love that.
that was actually supposed to be the opening sentence for my book.
Really?
Like that was
Really?
yes, I wrote that sentence first. And so I wrote chapter two first and as chapter one. And I loved that opening line so much. Like I genuinely am obsessed with it. Like I'm so proud of it. But then I ended up writing chapter one later because I was like, wait, I really want to just have a little bit more of her. And so I ended up writing chapter one later, but the opening line of chapter two was supposed to be
Wow.
my
What a
opening
catch,
opening
Priya.
And
Good
line.
job.
yeah, and for
Yeah, thank
real,
you.
that was an opening line. Like the way
Yeah,
chapter 1 opens is beautiful. It's
Right.
very
yeah.
like descriptive and
It's actually
poetic.
different from the arc too,
Really?
honestly. Yeah, because I ended up going back and changing my opening sentence in chapter one and changing it. So in the final copy, it's actually different.
Wait, do we have the final copy?
No, I
No,
think you guys have an
no,
arc.
we have proof. Hmm.
Well, you
Yeah.
know what? I feel honored. I feel honored.
No, I'm so glad. I'm so
But
glad.
that
Yeah.
first line, yeah, yeah, I
Thank
was like,
you.
oh snap, that's really
I
good.
love it. I know. Now I'm like, do I have time to change it? No, I'm just kidding.
No, no, no.
Switch
It's
it back.
perfect. It is exactly where it belongs because it flows beautifully.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
it gives the reader
Yeah.
more of her, like and how sassy she is, and what she fights for. Like, it's
Here's
I
Yes.
love it.
here's a question. I know that line made you very proud, but what is the most rewarding part to you in the writing of this book?
I think the best part is filling plot holes, like figuring out a way to make things work. Because my first draft is usually filled with plot holes. A lot of it is like, okay, but like I do brackets throughout my whole book. So I literally will leave myself notes. I'll say like, okay, but why are they even doing this? You know what I mean? Or like, well, why wouldn't they just do this?
Hmm.
Instead. What's stopping them from doing this, which would completely, crash out. I would actually then just crash out. But so I have to just ignore it in the beginning.
And
And
keep
then
going.
later, when I'm in the shower or when I'm just chatting with somebody,
Or in
I
the middle
go,
of the night, it
yeah,
comes
or
to
in the
you.
middle of the night, I wake up like, I figured it out. Oh my gosh, I figured it out. I figured it out. And that is just like that's the best part to me. I think it is so rewarding. It's so rewarding. Like one thing with Zaire, who's the love interest in Heir
Yes.
of Prophecy, who you don't meet forever. Um, he he originally had like kind of a different role to play, but when I figured out what his role was, which is he's Audra's counterpart, and he says, "Look, this prophecy is cyclic, so it's every like around
Mhm.
500 years it happens." And he's like, "Look, we've never won. My kingdom has never been the choice. They've never made the choice to help us. We've never been on the winning side. So why don't we just kill the heir of prophecy? Why don't we just go find her and kill her? And then the other side, the other kingdom, will not have their prophecy come to pass." And I was like, it makes total sense to him. He's
Mhm.
never met her. He's, kind of jaded anyway. And he's like, this just makes more sense. He doesn't have any faith in himself to be able to have her choose his kingdom. It's never happened
Right.
before. Why would he be the one to make it happen?
Right.
Um,
He's the underdog.
exactly. And so when I was like, oh my gosh, now he's gonna go and he's gonna be in mine, like I'm just gonna kill her and take her life and then save us all the trouble. And I
Mhm.
was like,
Right.
that is so much more dynamic than what I originally had planned for him.
Yeah.
And so like it's things like that. And that literally came to me in the shower. And I was like, I have to go write. I have to get out right now. I have to go
Oh,
write
how
this down. Like,
funny.
I love
yeah.
it. I love it. And am I allowed to say this? That the tension was so good.
Oh, thank
It
you.
was it was tea. It was so good between the two of them. Like
Thank
you
you.
did a great job.
I love a slow burn. I love a slow
Hmm.
burn. I always tell my readers, like, I'm sorry, but I make you work for it. And
Yes, you do.
I was crashing out a little bit about this book because you do not meet him until I'm not even sure what chapter, but it is like chapters and chapters in.
Hmm.
You meet him, and then they don't meet on the page forever.
Hmm.
And so I was like wondering, like, are people going to give up on this book? Are they going to stop reading it? You know what I mean? But I was talking to some friends, and they were like, Annalie, you write adult
Right.
fantasy.
Right.
People, your adult readers who are reading this book, they are okay with waiting and the
Yes.
characterization and following Audra's story. Like they're not going to
Yeah.
give up, you know?
Hmm.
And just like hearing that, I had to like, I really did crash out quite a few times. But I genuinely was like, okay, I'm just going to trust my readers. I'm going to trust my readers to trust
Hmm.
me to give them a payoff, you
And
I
know?
you gave
love
her
that.
a great backstory, and you set everything up. And the book is about her,
Yeah,
Right.
it
right?
is.
And
Yes.
her
Right.
journey. So,
Hmm.
you did a great job. I wouldn't even worry about that.
And
Thank
That
you.
was great.
since you mentioned that you spoke with others about it, I had another question for you. The most memorable surprise? What was the most memorable or surprising piece of feedback you received with your first book, or with this one, with those that have written it, that are close to you, that read the whole thing? What did they tell you that was so memorable or
What's
shocking to you?
surprising to me is that readers are always telling me how cozy my books are.
Mm.
And so like especially Lore of the Wilds, like when I was when I was marketing Lore of the Wilds as an indie author before I was picked up, I was marketing it as a dark cottage core
Hmm.
Okay.
because it has some dark elements, some dark themes, some dark vibes. And everyone was, my early readers were like, oh my gosh, it's a warm hug in a book. It's so cozy. It's so cozy. It's so cozy. And I was like, wait, cozy where? Apparently it's
How
cozy. And
funny.
once you write a book, it doesn't belong to you anymore. It belongs to the reader. So if everyone's saying
Yes.
it's cozy, it's cozy.
It's
Yeah.
cozy. Yeah.
But there are very high stakes. There's some very intense scenes at the end, very, very dark themes, thematic
Hmm.
materials in my books. But a lot of people just say that, they're like, this can be a comfort read for me. They go back and they read it
Hmm.
again and they read it again. And that's just it's really like the coolest thing to me because I genuinely had no clue. And
It's so
people are
funny.
saying the same thing for Heir of Prophecy too.
Uh,
So it's funny.
it's funny that you say it was cozy because I used to listen to it in the gym. That's where I listened to it while I was working out.
That's so
I thought
Did
funny.
you?
it was fun, like I didn't think it
Yeah.
was
Oh,
cozy, but I mean, again, everybody's different.
Yeah,
Everybody's
yeah.
right.
different.
No, exactly. Yeah. I had someone tell me it was so they didn't tell me this. I think they did tag me in it, but they posted on their, I think it was threads, and they said, Lore of the Wilds is a cozy fantasy with high stakes, with the high stakes of the epic fantasies that you love. And I was
Oh,
like, I'm taking that.
that's
Yes,
I'm
a
taking that. And
compliment right
and
there.
I will be telling everybody now. That's what it is.
Oh,
yes,
So
yes. So,
oh.
Heir of the Prophecy, was there something surprising about that? Anybody's feedback from it?
I think so far I am trying to steer clear of reviews as much as possible.
Mhm.
Because Goodreads and all those places are the bad place. They kill my creativity.
Mm.
But I have seen some feedback, and I think mostly I'm just so excited that everyone loves Audra. A
Mhm.
lot of the things are Audra is so smart. She's so intelligent.
Hmm.
I love that she questions everything. Like they're like she's really an FMC I can root for. And I think that is my favorite feedback I've gotten so far because I love Audra so much. So
Yeah, and it's a perfect
Oh,
reflection of what you were agonizing over before.
yes.
The setup in the book and it
Yeah.
being about
right.
her in the beginning.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Do I take too long to get to the inciting incident? Do I take too long, with Audra in her, where she's comfortable? But I considered cutting some and I just, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Mm.
I love
I'm
her
sure
journey
everybody will
so much.
be very thankful you didn't.
I hope
Yes.
so too. I know my mom is. My mom's, she reads every version of my books and she always tells me,
Oh,
I want more. I want more. Give me more. So
Oh,
I
and
know
oh.
you
she's
dedicated
happy.
this book to her, didn't you? I
I
think I could have
did.
sworn.
Yes, I did.
Mm.
Yeah, to mom. I love it. Yeah, for my mom who endlessly encouraged me to follow my dreams, no matter how fantastical they were.
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
so
she did.
sweet.
I told her, I
That's
was
so
like, I
sweet.
want to be a writer. She's like, be a writer. Well, what can we do for that? I told her I want to be a photographer. She's like, do it, be a photographer. It's like everything I
Oh,
want to
that's
do.
cheerleader.
She's just always yeah, she's always encouraged me to pursue the arts. So,
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. So what is next for Analeigh Sbrana?
oh, okay. So I have this idea and I'm not able to work on it really much because I am still finishing up book 2 in Heir of
Mhm.
Prophecy series, duology. But I do have a very fun idea. It's a genre I've never written in before. And it's gonna be very dark. It's not gonna be cozy this time, okay? This book is not cozy.
Is that a warning for your
Do
readers?
It
not call
is.
it cozy.
It is. I'm gonna have to tell my readers, like, look, if you follow me over to this new genre, just be prepared for it to be, even darker because I feel like all of my books have slowly gotten darker.
Mhm.
Lore of the Tides is darker than Lore of the Wilds. Heir
Mhm.
of Prophecy is darker than both of those, I think. And so I'm just slowly descending into madness, probably. But yeah, I'm
We'll
excited.
take it. We'll take
Wait.
it. We're
So
ready
you
to read.
you don't want to share what genre it is? Can you give us that?
Okay. So I'm thinking
You
about
pressuring
doing.
her.
I am, and you know what? It's okay because I love it. I'm thinking about going dystopian next.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
love dystopia. Can I be on your ARC list?
Yes, absolutely,
I
of
love
course.
dystopia.
Literally yes. As soon as you
Oh,
see arcs going out, like DM me, I'll get you an arc. Um,
Oh, yay.
that's
so yeah,
awesome.
so it's gonna still have magic because I don't know how to write a book without magic. It just sounds
Mhm.
horrible to me. So it will still have magic, but it'll be dystopian. And I'm very, very excited about it.
You
I
know, that makes
love
me think of
that.
Octavia Butler right away.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
That's
some
like
big that's
that's
some big
like
shoes.
no, but dystopia,
Yeah.
magic, and
Yep.
really like dark stuff.
Yeah.
Like you have
Yeah.
to take a breath after that book.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll be as dark as Octavia Butler because
Yeah.
oh my goodness. I think that if I truly let myself I think that in order to write like Octavia Butler or like N.K. Jemisin, those types of
Hmm.
authors, you have to really have absolutely you're not allowed to have any reservations. You
Mm.
have to completely just give into the art like 100%. And that's something that I'm always fighting myself with. I'm always fighting myself. I always wonder, is this too dark or, is this going to turn people off or something? And and I'm always able to like talk myself out of it. Like just do it, write it. It's what your story needs. It's what your characters deserve. Or well, usually they don't deserve it because it's horrible. But like,
We know what you
but it's
mean.
but it's like when you read those writers, I feel like you can see how fearless they are.
Mm.
And that is something that I'm always striving towards.
That
Yes.
takes me to the comment you made earlier when you said that you go to Goodreads and you'll have a negative comment. How have
Yeah,
you how have you handled the stuff that you've now decided you're not even going to go look at it
I
because
do not go no. And I had to learn that
right.
the hard way. I
So how
learned
was
that.
that for you? What happened? Share that with us.
So when Lore of the Wilds first came out, I was a baby author, I was brand new, and it was the wildest thing in the world to have people read my book and then, go to Goodreads. And I was a huge Goodreads user because I was,
Mhm.
on
You were a reader.
Bookstagram. Yeah, and so I did go and I looked at some and I genuinely like after I read my first like really bad reviews, like which, as an author, I want to preface this by saying I'm thankful for every review that I get.
Mhm.
I'm thankful for the good reviews and the bad reviews. Um, but I had to learn just on my own that like I cannot handle it because the reviews aren't for me, they're for readers.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And it really did kill my creativity and it put a fear in me. Oh, is my writing, one of my biggest I think negatives, a lot of people say that I tend to write in a young adult style, which is fine if they feel that way. I never really understood what that meant, but I think it's because I write new adult, so it's kind of a faster pace, maybe than they're used to or something. I'm not sure.
Well, the
Um,
irony of that, because so many young adult is so hot for adults right now. Like people
yeah.
love it.
Right.
No, I
Mhm.
know. And I hear it's either end of the spectrum. This is, this feels very YA or this is an amazing adult novel. You know what I mean? You
Mhm.
get both, you know. But and so I just learned that I cannot absolutely go. So like I have a PA who does my socials. So like I'll ask her every once in a while to go to my Goodreads and make sure or I ask her to go see like can you pull some 5 stars for me and because I like to market them with like here's what early readers are saying, you know what I mean, and so she'll pull them for me and let me know, and then every once in a while I get tagged in reviews on like socials and they're almost always glowing, sometimes they are not, and I'm like why did you tag me
Mhm.
twice, because they not
The
only tag
hell?
me in the no they'll tag me 3 times, they tag me in the picture, they'll tag me in the caption, and then they share it to their stories and tag me, and the reviews are very mean, and I don't understand why
I don't,
they're
yeah, that's like
but
crazy to
Haters out
me.
there. We were
yeah,
talking about that earlier, Priya,
Yeah,
how horrible
yeah,
people can be.
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So
But
I'm
you know
like,
what,
please don't do
Madonna,
that. I'm like,
but you,
my rule of thumb is like, if you write a review and you say the word but,
Right.
don't tag the author.
Right.
You
I
know what I mean? Like,
agree.
if you're like, oh my gosh, I loved this book so much, it was incredible,
But
but I
but
just wish this, don't, if you use the word but,
mhm.
don't tag the author. Like,
I
that's
agree
it.
with you.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
But yeah, so I definitely stay
Yeah, and
away.
everybody's entitled to say whatever they want to say and feel whatever they
And
Yeah,
want to
please
feel. But
do.
if you know
Absolutely.
that it's not positive, then why
Yeah.
bring in the author? The
Yeah.
book's
Because that's
already
the thing
out.
is,
It's not like they can change it.
right,
So
because
just
we
let it
want
go.
feedback. In fact, I pay people to
Right.
give me feedback,
Right.
like when I
Right.
still have an opportunity to make changes,
mhm.
Correct.
So
Books
yeah,
is already out, so shut up.
right, exactly. It's out in the world.
I agree.
Yes.
So now
Yes.
tell us, for your readers, how do they get their hands on the book?
Okay, so Heir of Prophecy releases August 25th,
Mhm.
2026. I'm like, what year is it? And you can purchase it mostly wherever books are sold. I do always say if you have an opportunity to go find it at your local indie bookstore, or request it from your library if they don't have it. And I do have a pre-order campaign going on right now. If you pre-order through my local Black-owned bookstore, Marcus Books in Oakland, then you will get a signed copy and some exclusive character art cards.
Oh, I love
Nice.
that.
Yes, and I'm very excited about them. The artist who did the character art cards, did the art for them, actually did the covers for Lore of the Wilds and Lore of the Tides. So it makes me
Oh.
very happy that he was able to do my new characters as well.
Oh.
And but you do have to pre-order them by August 25th in order to get the pre-order incentives.
Okay.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Love it. Love
Thank
it.
you. Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank
so
you.
much for being our guest today and being so wonderful and down to earth and
Oh,
just
thank
like
you.
everything that we hoped you would be. You
Thank
were just wonderful.
thank you. And thank you guys so much for reading my books and
Of
for
course.
having me on the podcast.
Of
I had
Oh,
a
it's our
course.
lot of fun.
pleasure.
Of
Our
course.
absolute pleasure.
So let's do one last cheers
Oh,
for
let's do
your
it.
success
My
and the
glass is
release of
almost
your book,
empty.
Heir of
Oh,
Prophecy.
thank you.
Yes.
So, everyone listening and watching, make sure you get the pre-order, you buy it, you purchase it, you devour it, and leave her a 5-star review. Heir of
Yes.
Prophecy.
Yes,
And
exactly.
if you're
Thank
gonna say
you.
but, say nothing.
All right, y'all. Like, share, follow, subscribe. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.